So a year ago I came back with the mindset of how are we going to make the difference and send Bibles into Malawi, which Peaches was the gentleman that I stayed with really wanted. He didn't want money or food, but he wanted Bibles. This has been such an adventure. It was our trip in August this year. We were blessed to be able to return back to Malawi.
Yeah, for me, Malawi was an incredibly unexpected journey. Tash and I just started talking one morning, and when she mentioned Malawi, I just felt this warmth of God just spread through me. And I went home that night and said to my husband, I really think I need to go to Malawi. And his exact response to me was, I know, I've just been waiting for you to tell me that you need to go. So God had separately already deposited in his heart that it was a journey that I needed to go on.
It was such an incredible experience to see Nix and the journey that she's been on and her willingness to obey and listen to God. And yes, so Nikki and I, 1,100 Bibles. We knew when we arrived in Malawi that we were going to go and pick those up. So we arrived at the Bible Society in Blantyre. And I remember saying, as I closed my eyes, praying about it and saying to God, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But now that we're here and we're going to make a difference, where to from here? And the gentleman took us around to the back to go and collect the Bibles. And as he opened up the shutter door, above all the Bibles packed was this beautiful picture of Africa and every single Bible society in Africa. And I didn't know whether to laugh or cry, but I got God's sense of humor because it was him saying, don't grow weary. This is where my word needs to go. And I think at that moment, I had such an overwhelming feeling just knowing that it was so exciting because God said, this is possible, but that's what's going to be next.
We were at the Equip conference and all the leaders from around Africa, so I think it was Nigeria, Mozambique and Malawi. They had all traveled thousands of kilometers, obviously, through really tough circumstances to get there. And at the conference, we were ready to hand out these Bibles. And we suddenly realized that although we were the bigness of 1,000, it was still far from enough of what we needed to actually get it out there.
Henny started off by just giving an introduction as to why they all here and how excited he was to see the ones that had come. And then he explained the story as to why and how these Bibles actually got there. And I remember looking up and there was a church filled with people and wondering how we were going to be able to distribute the amount that we had. I remember looking outside at the door and there were so many more that wanted to come in, but they couldn't. But I realized in my heart there and then that it's because God is saying that this journey isn't over. And I think it's exciting to know that God's got his hand on this and he's going to be able to get every single other person that was standing out there a Bible in the future.
Being around people who were so hungry for God and that was enough for them to be sustained, but purely the Word of God was actually, it was so beautiful to see and witness and know that is actually something that you can live off. Even though you have no food and water, the thing they wanted the most was just the Bible and the Word of God.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. It was so exciting to be able to go to the village that this whole idea and the concept came about. And we got there late at night and all I remember was Trofera and Peaches coming to greet us around the car and just hugged and held on dearly and tightly to know that we had returned and we had returned this time with the Bibles.
I also think it was amazing to witness how for them it was a fulfilled promise, because they said often people will go there and they will experience it and will be like, we'll be back and see you soon kind of thing, but very few actually stick to that. And I think when I saw them embracing Tash and realizing that the promise of returning with Bibles was fulfilled was an incredibly God-filled moment.
So yeah, what a privilege and how beautiful to be a part of God's purpose and God's plan. On behalf of Bibles Beyond Borders, which is a whole lot of amazing people that are putting their time, their effort, their love, their support behind this project, we just want to thank every single person out there that's making the difference. You actually are changing lives. Although we can't see it visibly on a daily basis, it's out there, it's happening, and people are appreciative, they're hungry, they're crying compassionately because they're so glad that their prayers have been answered. On behalf of Bibles Beyond Borders, Helen, Nikki and myself and a whole lot of others, thank you so much for being a part of the journey that God's put us into, and let's look forward to an incredible future where we can continue to spread His word into the rest of Africa.